All I have to offer is words. Just words. 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 Words.
Nobody cares.
What's going on, my beautiful peoples? Today is June 20th. And, I need to say this now because, just so everybody's aware, I'm going to just flip this episode super fast that, it's election season. Right now, go out and vote for the primaries if you're registered Democrats, because aquí in the city, nobody's really running for the Republicans. Don't say it is what it is, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But, just so we could, kick it off into high gear, who we got on deck? My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzle.
What's going on? What's happening? What's up, my beautiful people? Happy to be here.
What's going on, man? I feel like every time I see you, you look more youthful. Stop it.
Stop it. Well, you can keep going. You can keep going. Thank you, family. Thank you. Good to see you. Shout out to the Knicks.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen you since, all that good stuff. People winning. You would know. The vibes is right out there.
The vibes. The people was going crazy. What's wrong with people nowadays?
No, people needed that. People needed that.
Eso fue un desahogo del diablo. Un desahogo, bro. Everybody sacando el jugo.
23 years,
Tirando papel de toilet en los árboles. Come on.
Dios mío, bro.
Paper toilet sales haven't gone up since COVID.
Since
like
COVID,
that.
For good reason this time.
Oh, man. And that other lovely voice that, we already got on deck. The lovely, the honorable Ivette.
It's so nice to be back. It's been forever. Oh, my God.
I missed you.
I know. I missed you. I miss being here. I miss you all the time. So happy to be back. Happy to be running again.
And, we're back at it. We're back at it. Like we never left. Today's guest is someone that on a personal level we've crossed paths many, many times. Although we've probably kept it more at surface level conversations. What up? Nice pleasantries. Except for when you walked in, came in mad hot.
Yes, that,
Your politician mode was on.
Politic mode.
And your team was with you too. Whole crew. Entourage.
I was even trying to make eye contact. I was just letting her do it. I was just trying to let her go at you, bro.
I was in my house shoes too. I thought Dre knocked first. So I was like, oh shit.
I was like, I was ready to give a big hug. She was like, chill, back up.
In a political mode.
Like we need a film coming in, directions a todo lo que da. Cierra la puerta. We got everybody's fine.
Shut it down.
I was like, no. But who we got on deck? Someone that's been doing something amazing. I mean, overcoming so many challenges, objections, but still fucking rocking a todo lo que da. Who we got on deck today? Nayma Silver-Matos.
Welcome.
You don't gotta do the sound effects. I got you. I feel like
But that's how much of a badass she is. She does her own sound effects.
I do my own sound effects, bro.
I'm just ready. I show up ready.
She ready.
You might hear that. I'm like, because everybody's on all these other podcasts. I'm like, you're not giving people sound effects. What's going on
Yes.
with you?
I think I was doing sound effects at karaoke last night.
Oh my God.
To other people.
No one heard
me.
me to karaoke. I'm with it.
Today was the last day of early voting, correct?
So, mañana oficialmente, el Día de los Padres. Father's Day tomorrow, yes.
Shout out to all the fathers.
fathers.
Shout out to all the fathers.
I feel like they never get the right amount of love, but it's okay. But you remember
Because
that's
we don't know what to get them.
Yes.
Vamos mejorar las cosas.
Yes, sir.
That's or let's make things better.
Yeah, it took me some time to figure out what the slogan was gonna be because I don't like the generic stuff. So I'm like, what's gonna be real? Like, what's real? What am I really about? And it's that simple. It's about making things better. I can't make promises that I'm gonna do this, and that. What I can do is I can affirm and commit to make things better. And
So-
there's ways to do that.
And just to like even simplify it even a little bit further, you're running for New York Senate District 31.
Yes.
And for the people like, myself and in the full ignorance and unawareness, ¿qué es lo que estos tigres hacen?
Thank you for asking that.
What does a New York district, a New York Senate district person do? Because how does it affect my day-to-day life?
What they
Yes.
focus on.
What they focus on, we're District 31. What does that mean? We're, I know it's part of my hood,
Yes.
pero que people only come through when it's voting season. So,
Yes.
what is the job description? Let me
Let's start with that. Yeah,
Real
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
what is District 31?
Oh, that's a good question. So District 31 is Northern Manhattan and Northwest Bronx. So that covers uptown from West 155th Street, and then it goes up towards the Bronx. So it goes 155th in the Heights, and then it goes towards Inwood, then it crosses to Marble Hill, then it keeps going up to Kingsbridge, then it keeps going almost Riverdale until you hit Van Cortlandt Park South.
Oh, shit.
That's
It's really
big.
deep.
But there's more.
Wow.
There's more. You got to cross over into the other part of the Bronx. You go towards Bailey Avenue. So you got Sedgwick, Jerome, University,
okay,
Kings,
okay.
all of
This is a
that.
big
Damn, you
district.
missed me.
Aqueduct,
No, South Bronx.
Heath Avenue, all of that.
Okay.
It's a lot of
Oh, that's a,
responsibility.
that's a lot of.
Yeah.
Damn, so that's a very large
big district.
demographic.
Hell
and-
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It is a large demographic, and it's also diverse. The majority of the folks in the district are Dominican American. It is a primarily immigrant community, about 60% or more.
That's steep.
But we do have, a sizable population of our white brothers and sisters, almost a 20% as well, and our African American black brothers and sisters. And then we also have different pockets. We have folks from like Guyana. We have it's a mixed
wide.
it's a mixed district. To answer your question about what does a senator do?
What is the job description?
Yes, what is a job description? This is awesome, and let me conceptualize it for everyone so that they can just understand it. What's the simplest way to explain it? This is the way I see it.
Okay.
The positions are actually pretty much all the same. What they do is just that they cover different territory. Their jurisdiction is different. So, for example, what a city council member does is very similar to an assembly, to a senate, to the Congress. It's just that they just cover different territory. It's either bigger or smaller. So what does the senator do specifically? Senate, we pass laws, right? We propose laws, bills, and they become law. A senator also negotiates the budget in the state of New York. A senator also has the ability to provide funding to different organizations and causes in the district. And something that's super important and a lot of times goes overlooked is that a senator also provides oversight to state agencies. That's one of the things I'm actually really excited about because that's where I feel, not where I feel, but where I have observed that a lot of things fall through the cracks. It comes in the oversight. Right, so there needs to be more oversight of the Department of Mental Health and Hygiene. Right, they're delivering services, but are we looking at where do things fall through the cracks? Like, where is it that families need more support? Where are people getting lost in the system of that? Right. Okay. Also, I always mention, for example, ACS because I feel like there's not enough talk around what is happening with ACS and how our black and brown families are being targeted. Our families are being separated, and there is a lack of cultural competency in a lot of these agencies. And so that's how they end up having such a strong impact on us because I'll give you an example, something that I heard directly from someone that used to work with ACS, right?
What is ACS?
That's the department that...
Child services.
Got it. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
I knew.
So, for example, this is where I say the lack of cultural competency. This department has so much power and so much impact in our families. So I'll give you an example. How does politics impact our everyday lives? I'll give you an example in this topic. So a parent's child can be taken away, right, by ACS. So one example is there was an ACS worker that she was visiting a parent who happened to live in low-income housing and happens to wear a bonnet on their head, right? Just they're covering their hair. And because the mom was patting her head with the bonnet on, the ACS worker determine that there must be some mental health issue because this person is patting their head and they're wearing that outside.
Oh, wow.
But that's a
wild.
cultural thing, right? That's it's not a mental health thing. This is
Right.
just how some people, they're covering their hair, they're protecting their hair, whatever the case is. And so there needs to be more oversight, because then when children are taken away, they're put into a different system, the foster care system, which also needs to be overhauled and also needs even more supervision. So there needs to be more oversight, more accountability in these agencies and these departments, and that's something that I'm ready to do. And
What does oversight mean to you? What does that look like?
Well, it's what does it look like to me? It's that if we know that certain things are falling through here, then let's go there and let's look at what are the policies around that. Let's look at the data around that, but let's look at what is the real life impact that this is having, and then what are the mechanisms that we can use to make changes there. That's oversight. Or how is this actually impacting people on the ground? There's one thing about theory and what the law is supposed to do, but then how is that law actually impacting families? What is it in practice? So it depends on each department, but that's what it looks like to me. It's really about taking a deep look into it. This is what it looks like, this is what it says, but how is it impacting people on the ground? That's how I view it.
When people share those type of approaches, in respect to oversight and like.
Sorry, Ron, and you said just overall. So politics impacts healthcare, it impacts education, it impacts transportation, it impacts our taxes, it impacts, when we have family members that are incarcerated, it impacts how we can communicate with them. It impacts everything.
So, but the thing is that we know the deep-rooted history of this country that is rooted in quotas. I'm gonna put it really, really,
Right.
really simply,
Yeah.
and especially talking on a micro level regarding something like ACS. And honestly, I had no idea this is what I was gonna take the direction of. But because when I think of ACS, usually the pattern I've seen, it isn't necessarily an betterment of children or their circumstances. It's usually fulfilling quotas, right? And because the people that are in charge of this need to show that they're doing something.
They need the data.
Yeah, they need the data,
They need
right?
the data points.
So, in what world can we live that maybe there's just an entire not an oversight, but just an entire overhaul of the process of the system, because the data's been there.
Right.
We know that
Right.
the reason weed was illegal is because we want to lock people up.
Yeah.
But now that it's rebranded, things is all
Right.
good. And
Now that they wanted to make money off of it,
Yeah, now it's
legally,
a whole
tax
different
revenues,
ballgame.
yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of people that are going to protect all of their ways of making profit.
Yeah,
off
but
of
in the same time,
quotas.
you're right. Yeah, because in the same time, if you think about it, for them to get the kid back is a whole process.
Yes, sir.
If it's like drug related, they gotta go to a program, and, go through the courts, and all that is just.
it
And there's
sounds-
actually a bill right now that has not passed, and it's called the Family Miranda Rights Act. I know I had mentioned this previously, but the idea is very basic. It's that families need to know what their rights are, because it's like you don't have to open the door,
Right.
Just
So,
really
yeah.
basic. And this families have been advocating for this for a while, and it still has not passed. And it's just, and you know what they say, the folks that oppose it, they're like, oh, well, if we pass this, then the people will know what their rights are, and that's going to put the children more at risk.
Yeah.
Because they're at risk being with their families.
And
I
now-
know that in certain situations it is a risk, but let's be serious. In most situations, it's again the lack of cultural competency,
Yeah.
right?
And not only how easy they could open up a case on you, because somebody could call your neighbor.
Anyone.
Listen, I think that this is happening.
Right,
and that's
right.
an open case right then and there.
Right.
So you got to go through the whole process and all that, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the thing, yes, and like that's it's just unfortunate in so many levels of where we're being sold the idea that we're helping people, right? But the thing is this: people. So we don't want to educate people, apparently,
Right,
right?
right.
Because if we educate them, then they know how to fucking
whole
navigate
scheme,
around
the whole
the
scheme
system.
is messed up.
And you can't make money off of
Yeah,
it.
you can't make
The whole
educate
scheme is
them.
fucked up.
Wow.
So because motherfuckers know how to read, then you know,
right.
no
Right.
bueno,
God
no
Damn it,
bueno.
they're gonna exercise their Miranda rights.
You know, exactly.
Right.
But it's so that now we're talking on that level. But now how it's just mind blowing even on that simple approach. But you know what I've realized in civic engagement and all that kind of stuff is that people's bandwidths are too thin.
Yeah.
You know, so you got people that are just trying to make ends meet by
Yes.
working 2 to 3 jobs a lot of times.
Yes.
They either lack the education, not because they don't want to learn, but because
Life.
the
They
resources,
can't.
things happen.
Yes.
You know, so
They're in survival mode.
so if we're in constant survival mode, how can people evolve from those situations? Because even, you know, culture aside, I was visiting a school in our neighborhood recently. Many kids don't even have English is not even their primary language. You know, so how can we as a populace, as a community, grow from a lot of these constant challenges that are being thrown at us? So, and I asked this from
An organizer perspective.
an organizer perspective, but also then like, when a politician, you know, I'm not saying you, but you know, it's when people come and they talk about change and they talk about this and this and that, or a thing, and they say, the other thing, we need to organize. People don't even have the fucking time to organize. And if you don't even have that limited ability of being educated,
Yes.
speaking the language, and having the bandwidth to even get organized, what would you suggest that people can do to say, hey, our representatives are indeed having our back? Because they also are, they seem to only be backing the people that are financing them, right? So what you know, how can we navigate around this in your opinion?
Yeah.
And how does law and politics, it could potentially help us? Because a lot of the law and politics seem to be working against us. It's a very loaded question. My bad.
No, it's
Jesus
all
Christ.
good. I
We're
got
keeping
it.
things casual.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I
It's
fucked
okay.
up.
It's just words. It's just words.
Just words.
Yeah,
You got the memo. You got the memo.
Yeah, por fin.
It's okay. Nobody cares. Yes, we did it. So you know what? I love the question. That was a great loaded question, and I love that you presented it from the organizer's perspective because. Ron. Yo, it's been a long road, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I would love to show you just the receipts. Let me explain. I feel so blessed to be here right now because you get it. And it's important for the people that get it to just come together and get it together. Right?
Yes.
And what I mean by that is like I've been doing my thing on my own, right? You've been doing your thing. Everybody's doing. So let's keep doing our things, but let's bring it together. And so that's why I'm so excited about this. No matter what the results are on Tuesday, it's just gonna be an evolution of my organizing capacity. Because for me, politics is not. There's no ego here. This is not about ego. This is not about I need something for my internal satisfaction. Believe it or not. I'm just a different breed. For me, politics is a calling. For me, this is part of my life purpose. This is what I was made for. This is what I understand that I was made for. So my paradigm is very different. I approach politics from a more spiritual perspective and more about fulfilling my life mission and what I was made for. And when I say that it's not from an ego perspective, it's just we're all blessed with different gifts and different talents. And I'll tell you that it is now that I am... how do I explain it? Despite myself accepting that leadership is something that I have been called towards. Because the thing is, I'm very real with myself. I'm very real with people. I'm very real with myself. So I know I'm not perfect. I have a very strong temperament. I have very low tolerance for... Can I? Okay, there you go. Do you have a button? You can say boom. I have a very low tolerance for that, right? And usually, when it comes to politics and all this and that, there's a certain cookie cutter expectation. I don't meet that cookie cutter expectation because I will speak truth to power. I'm gonna say what needs to be said, right? But with that said, so to give you context, backtrack and answer the question. So I've been organizing for over a decade here, right? So And you can look at the receipts, right? I've organized programming around slavery still being legal in the Constitution. Check that. That was back in 2021, right? Topics around mental health, around literacy, around the foster care system and how it needs to be revamped and what are the things that we need to do there. So the topics that people don't really talk about, I've been working and building around them, trying to create consciousness and educating our people around it, or educating people around it. And if you were to ask me all these years, Nayma, what's your hobby? What do you do for fun? Community service, helping people, constituency services. And it's just for free this whole time. So understand it's on my own time. No matter what, it's always been on my own time for years. Why? Because for me, I'm doing what I was called to do, what I'm supposed to do, right? That's my guiding star, my North Star. Just, this is what you're supposed to do, because as I was saying, we all have talents, right? So some people, it could be cooking and cleaning, and it could be designing and technology. For me, it's bringing people together, it's problem solving, and it's being resourceful, right? And it's also having the capacity to articulate and advocate and not back down, right? And that just comes as a product of life. But again, to answer your question with the organizing, If I have my skill set of what I do, and sir, I tip my hat off to you, because the whole cleaning thing that you did and the way that you're able to simultaneously make sure you're organizing volunteers in multiple locations, that's organizer skill set. So imagine if we get real organizers to come together. Number one, real organizers that understand what are the tricks that we have not been privy to, right? So for example, I was actually in a panel with Vladimir from Happy Monkey yesterday, and he brought up such an amazing point. You ready for it? You want to know how we can actually transform our communities financially and in terms of public safety and everything, right? In terms of we can lower the shootings, we can help people with their finances, be able to pay for rent, everything. How about, this is what he said, if we all were to get life insurance, do you know how that would transform?
People aren't even documented. Can they get life insurance?
That's a good question. So if we all were to get life insurance, guess what? They wouldn't want us killing each other, because they would have to be doing too many payouts. They'd be like, hey, paren espérense, estamos perdiendo dinero. And then that's only one layer of it.
That makes sense.
The second layer of it is that the wealthy know how to leverage health insurance for financial gain. That's how you can come together, a couple hundred of us with insurance. We could buy a building. What? We don't even have to worry about HPD or this or that. We do it ourselves. That's revolutionary to me. I was like, Vladimir, sir. And then
I think a lot of people get scared with life insurance, because I asked our grandma one time, like, or somebody older in our family, like, yo, do you got life insurance? And they see it like a death sentence. Yeah,
it's like it's morbid. No one in my family has it.
So even that information is really, really important, because you could do a lot with life insurance.
So we got to sell. What I'm learning from this is we got to culturally sell life insurance
to each other.
So, mamá, no es seguro. Nomás preocupado.
No, but you also got to do it in a way to where they're not going to jack up the cost.
Immediately.
Once we start doing it,
immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll change the laws.
They would price
brown and black people want to get insurance?
They would price us out.
100%.
You won't see the general on TV for us.
So we got to start a life insurance company, an insurance company.
There you go. That's how we need to think. Yes.
So you got to be the owners of that.
So what you're telling me is we need to start a bank?
Yes.
to then give money to have life insurance.
Oh, you think I'm joking? I'm so serious. That's my mindset, sir.
And so,
my mindset is very long term. That's exactly where we need to go, especially with the economy shifting to a digital economy. The ones that are going to be dominating Bitcoin and all of this, if you're following that part, is the big institutions of right now. They want to be the big institutions of the new economy. When are we gonna break these chains for real? For real, this is the opportunity that we have right now. You're saying it like a joke. We definitely need to start our own banks. This is not a joke.
Oh no, this is not a joke for us.
Oh no,
we want to be owners of everything we touch.
Because that digital currency is scary, because when they got control of that, they could freeze your bank accounts and all that. They could do all that.
So that's why we need to own a bank.
Yeah, you're right.
So that we can establish the policies of
But don't we got Banco Popular?
I don't even know who owns that shit.
I don't even know who owns that
Probably
shit either.
Españoles.
I don't even know who owns that shit.
European yes.
This guy. Santander.
Just because it's Spanish don't mean it's owned by us.
They don't have our interests at heart. They're in bed with the U.S.
I think I only
banks.
see one of them. They won't 5-6. They're still there.
Yo, bro, now they
I
just like
love
open
it.
just shit right here.
Oh, they got one too?
181st. Yeah,
Okay.
Hey, my gente, they gotta get in. They gotta get in while the rest still low.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
speak to what you're sharing,
Yeah.
yes, we do have to come together and build together. The challenge I've been seeing is that that's not happening because people cannot get on the same page within our community.
Well, right now it's very difficult, and it's not just in our community, but the times that we're living in, it's very difficult to hold conversations when folks have different perspectives. Folks don't know how to have a challenge regulating their emotions, number one, or don't know how to regulate their emotions, number one. Number two, they don't know how to separate their beliefs from themselves, because you need to be able to, if you hold a belief, you need to be able to have a conversation around it, and to hold the thought that, hey, maybe this belief, maybe it's good, it's accurate, or maybe it's trash. But just because the belief is trash doesn't mean you're trash. You need to be able to separate your beliefs in a way from, just to have the conversation. It doesn't mean you're gonna let go of your values, but just to have the conversation, you need to have the capacity to just hold that, so you can hear them, you can analyze. Okay, does this make sense? Okay, is that okay? All right, so maybe we can meet halfway in terms of our understanding. Maybe I won't believe what you believe, but at least I can understand why you believe what you believe.
And
If we can
respect
get
it.
to that, yeah.
Respect other people's beliefs. You know?
But this goes back to what I was sharing in respect
Sorry,
to...
and the ego.
Yeah, no,
there's
no,
too
no.
much ego. That also
Forget about that. That's the biggest problem right there.
Que no, coño!
That is the biggest problem right there.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of ego. And the thing is, the ego is what gets the most attention.
Oh, immediately. Yeah.
On
And-
social media, at least. So
absolutely.
people feed into that ego machine because they want that
But
dopamine
we get
hit.
together, you know what I'm saying? We get together. We do parades. We do a bunch
Oh, no,
of
it can,
stuff.
For a good time, yeah.
For a good time, we
sure.
get together.
Yeah.
You
For
know
the
what I'm
Knicks,
saying? But
yeah.
For the next year.
Yeah, but I don't understand the obstacles of when we know a lot of our people is messed up and a lot of our neighborhoods is messed up, why we can get together for that type of reason. I don't, that doesn't.
Because it's not just one thing. Ron was talking about it earlier. It's a mix of things all at the same time. And oh my gosh, people, let me just say it. Oh my gosh. It really all connects back to the Willie Lynch letters. I know that there's been a movement to discredit the Willie Lynch letter, and I think that's also part of the master's tools, because why would they want us to know exactly what was the psychological framework that they were using to break black families back in slavery times, right? Like, what were they using to instill 300 years of psychological warfare internalized?
For the
They don't
people-
want us to know that.
For the people that don't know the Willie Lynch letter, what is it?
Do you want me to answer that? Or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
else?
Yeah.
So basically, there was a slave owner that was invited. Let's put it like this: a wealthy, well-to-do slave owner from the Caribbean, let's say, was invited to Virginia to be a keynote speaker for other slave owners. So let's say they had a meeting of a whole bunch of slave owners, and he's coming here to say, "Hey guys, I have this program that's gonna make sure to whip your slaves into shape. I'm gonna show you how to destroy the black man. I'm going to show," and they call it Negro back then, right? So I'm going to show you how to destroy the Negro man. I'm going to show you how to destroy the Negro woman, and I'm going to show you how to destroy the child.
Wow.
And then I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it physically, psychologically, emotionally, financially, in every single way. I'm going to they literally say it in the letter. We have gotten to the point where we have destroyed every pathway of light into someone's soul, into someone's being. We have found a way to kill the light.
Wow.
And so they're literally telling you, and it's funny because in the Willie Lynch letters, it tells you that you have to destroy the image of a strong black man in front of the woman, so that the woman can then enter a state of psychological panic and independence where she's not relying on her black man because of what happened to him. She doesn't feel safe. So now she's going to raise her son a certain way that breaks the son psychologically so that the man is not strong. And then the woman, it's about reversing roles. So what a woman is supposed to be, then the man acts that way. And then what the man is supposed to be, the woman acts that way. They also talk about, this is the key one. You must create division within the slaves. They must you must tap into envy. Envy is stronger than anything else, and the differences are stronger. So you have to put the lighter skin against the darker skin. You have to put the man against the woman, the older against the young. You have to create that division, and that's where we're still living that now. Because we still have the crabs in the barrel mentality. But guess what? In the Willie Lynch letters, it says that if this program is executed correctly, if we're able to break these people correctly, then it's going to work for 300 to 400 years. It initiates a psychological cycle of internalized oppression for 400 years, and only a very special phenomenon can end that. It's in the letters. Damn. Do you understand? Like everything we're living through now, it goes back there.
Where the fuck is this phenomenon? Damn.
Listen.
Some serious shit you just
you know what you're touching upon, right? And how so there's a lot of challenges from all different angles.
Wait, sorry, and to connect it to present day, right? What's happened to the black family?
No.
The family unit has been destroyed, but it's been on purpose, right? What have they done to black men? They started the war on drugs. Then, first of all, they flooded the hood with drugs in order to fund the Iran-Contra affair. They're like, oh, this is good money. Let's keep flooding the hood with drugs. Right now, we're entering a new zone. My people, pay attention. This whole fentanyl thing and all of that, this is not random. This is by design. This is a new war on drugs. They just haven't called it that.
Just like crack.
And so let me just ask this, right? Because we're and I'm gonna try to simplify this question out loud as I'm thinking about it. We are, we discussed like, all right, the possibilities of maybe even opening banks and all those kind of things. And you mentioned as people of color, however people wish to identify themselves,
sure.
porque ya. I'm not going to get into all that, no, porque it's a whole nother thing.
Be who you want to be.
Be who you want to be. But we're outside of the challenges that we're overcoming, many of us are in different places, right? So as I mentioned, you have people that don't even speak the primary language of this country. Then you'll have people that are not financially secure, and then you do have people that have been here, whatever you wish to call them, heritage, legacy, for however long, and they're in probably a better space. And because you mentioned the scarcity mentality that we do face, then they also reserve themselves. So we already have these separations amongst each other. What could be a driving, growing force behind it that people can introduce self-reliance among each other rather than constantly trying to go out into these, whether it's a government sector or private sectors, working for a corporation, or in the other extreme, asking for help and being broke, right? Because that's how I have yet to see the formula where middle class of brown and black people can thrive and grow and have that even as a stepping stone. And given that you're big into history and is there a pattern you've seen before, you've experienced, that could potentially share that insight, not only of awareness, but also be a blueprint? Because what is the blueprint that we can reference that can be independent to us and help us grow? If there is one. I don't know. These fucking loaded questions. I was trying to.
We're just keeping it casual. Just keeping it casual.
My bad. Ya no digo nada.
I love it. You know what it is? It's that, where that comes from? You know why you're asking loaded questions? Is because this is a real conversation. Yeah, I am running for New York State Senate. Okay, wonderful. But after Tuesday, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be organized. We're still going to be organizing. And I think that there's a genuine heart behind it. And that's why you're asking. The questions are loaded because there's so much, right, that we want to get into. Well, first of all, I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. Thank you.
I would have to think the answer through.
For telling the truth, honestly.
It's something I would have to think through with you, because it's layered. We do have pockets. We do have areas where we have sectors that are thriving. We are thriving in certain sectors, right? We have people that have obtained their definition of the American dream, right? Wonderful. we also have seen instances where when communities become too powerful, communities of color, they are literally destroyed by the mainstream forces, right? Like
They're seen as threats.
there have been towns that have been bombed. Oh no, you cannot be financially well off. And what we said earlier, like if our people were to get life insurance, all of a sudden life insurance, the game switches because if we're being really real and if we analyze what's happening, guys, for those that think that voting doesn't matter, that your vote doesn't matter, that all politicians are the same, that it all sucks, blah blah blah, you know what, yes, there's a part of it that is systematic, but at the same time there's also accountability. We need to start taking some accountability, self-accountability. At the end of the day, you are your own citizen. If you have time for Netflix, if you have time for YouTube, if you have time for the Knicks game, if you have time for everything else, you have time to take some time to research on politics and what are some issues that you care about and get involved locally or get involved however you want. But please don't say that your vote doesn't count, because if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't go so hard right now to take away the Voting Rights Act that our ancestors fought for so hard just to be able to vote. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't try to take it away from us.
That's right.
That's right.
So,
but it's the algorithms working against us.
Yeah.
on purpose though, that is very true.
Let me ask you this. You know, a lot of people in the hood and in neighborhoods like this, they always got this bad picture of politicians. How you, as somebody running, could bring them back to trust politicians again?
Yo, first and foremost, sorry, I just had a moment. The first meme that I ever made was that SpongeBob meme when he was like, I'm out, like I'm gonna head out. Y'all remember that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember the when SpongeBob was just gonna
I will
like,
look it up.
I'm gonna head out.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it was a different situation for each one, and okay, I'm gonna head out. I made one. Like, so my first meme was like, they'll say that. It's like the type of person that is like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter, but then they don't show up to community board meeting, they never show up to precinct council meeting, they don't go to a PTA president. So remind me of the question because se me fue.
No, for the people in the hood and neighborhoods like this, you know, they got a bad light. Politicians have a bad light on them. You know, they think they're corrupt. Or
Yes.
You as somebody that is running, how will you get that trust back from them, or try to get that trust back from them?
Because
a lot of people be like, fuck politics.
Exactly.
I see all the Congress people.
Unless they get money in their pockets, then they're quick to hand off the vote.
The Congress are they doing trades. They
no, eso tigre están
acabando with the market.
It's not even about people not wanting to vote.
They scared.
It's not. But now the thing is, the common phrase, like, oh, you're voting for the better of two evils or some dumb shit like that. Because then the options are limited, right? As you mentioned, the two-party system, the thing. Entonces, it's like, all right, cool, you know, and coño, this is gonna be loaded again.
Dale.
Let him finish my question. It's gonna circle it back. It's gonna circle it back, right? Like, yo, es que también tú te quieres meter en la política y después, and then they got these people, you know, then you get blocked, right?
Exactly.
And so, you know, you tell them I'm not answering for you, but I'm saying, like, you tell them, yo, go and vote, and then it has to be like, but for
I'm different. I bring this, I bring that.
I understand what you're asking. I understand what you're asking.
So that's a big obstacle.
So at that point,
that's a big obstacle.
They feel the fatigue.
Yeah, it's a big obstacle.
So then,
honestly, go ahead.
What's the phenomenon that needs to happen?
Oof.
Yeah.
Check
That's
it
a major
out.
phenomenon.
So, no, pero.
But to answer his question, you know what? Matter of fact, let's keep it simple. What would you tell people to have them vote for you? Yeah.
People that got distrust on politics.
Because this shit is too deep, bro. This shit is too deep.
Yeah, it is deep. Let me tackle it though, because first of all, we gotta acknowledge it's true. We could say like vamos a decir 95% para no decir 98%. It's true. 95% of folks in politics of folks in politics are not there to be of service to the needs of the most vulnerable, or are not there to problem solve, or so let's acknowledge that. Okay, got it.
There's no money to be made off broke people. Or there's only money to be made there's only money to be made from broke people, but not off broke people.
Yeah, they make a lot of money from our communities.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'll acknowledge that. So I get that all the time when I'm on the street. It's like I literally get people releasing their frustrations on me, and I've learned not to take it. Now I've learned to deal with rejection. I don't take it personally. I literally had somebody say to me, "Yo no voto por basura."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know you. You don't know me. That got nothing to do with me. I'm like, I'm sorry for your experiences. Let's keep it moving. Or you'll have people that they just you're knocking on their door, and for the most part it's been positive experiences, but I have had those experiences where people they see someone that's in politics, an automatic assumption. What do I tell them? I was like, look, you cannot blame me and you cannot put me in the same category of whoever has let you down before. I have not let you down. And if you actually look at my track record, I have been about service like my lifetime. It's been about service. It's been a history of service, you know, in any way, in any capacity. And if I have been doing that without resources, just being resourceful, no staff, no real support.
Except for the great staff that you have right now.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Great staff.
I love
Yo, they're working on it. No han soltado ese iPad.
Yeah, they're working.
Command center.
Oh my God, 20,000 memes have gotten out since then.
Stats right now.
I love it. Listen, all I can say right now is join me and then test it out. Like, that's all I can say. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is launching the Community Service Club. And that's my, like, all right, you know what? It's been like 2 decades of organizing. I've been doing it myself. It's time to make it a collective thing. It's like, what's something that will bring me joy? What will bring me joy is to create spaces for people to come together in a way that's consistent and that works with their schedule, and let's make things better. So if you're a parent and you want to do community service with your child, we're going to have activities for parents to do community service. If you're a retiree and you want to give back time, we're going to have opportunities. If all you have is, you can either do it on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, or only on special events. You choose what is the level of commitment that you want to bring into the Community Service Club, but we're here to just solve things. We're here to make things better. We're here to help over here, to help over there, make it consistently. And that's like, como dice, mi granito de arena, para ver cómo yo puedo contribuir what we're talking about. Because the way I see it, guys, like the way my mind works is, in order for me to even get on the ballot, right, you have to get a minimum of 1,000, which really means you need to get like 2,000, 3,000 signatures. In order for you to get 3,000 signatures, you need to talk to at least 5,000, 6,000 people, because not everybody's signing it, not everybody is eligible, right? So you have to find the people. So if I'm talking to 6,000, 10,000 people, I'm gonna see 6,000 people just to...
In what time span?
In a time span of like a month.
Oh
Yeah,
my
wow.
God.
Yeah.
That's more than 1,000 people a week.
Yeah,
I'm
you
already
have
tired.
to. Yeah,
This is
and
draining.
the way we did it, we went door knocking. The majority of the time, we did it door knocking. That's why we were so adamant when they tried to take us off the ballot. That's why we're like, no. We didn't bullshit on this. We went door knocking. It's not our fault if some people said they're registered as Democrats and it turns out they're not even registered to vote. They got excited. They wanted to vote. They wanted to support, right? So with that said, my thing is, if I can do that, then if it takes only 3,000 accounts to start a bank, you're telling me I can't find 3,000 so we can start a bank? But I can't do it by myself. I need the people that are going to be committed to the vision. You know what I mean? That it's a collective vision. It's not Nayma's bank. It's our bank. And that we're actually committed to a cooperative, como una cooperativa. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's my approach. So my thing is, what would I say to people is, look, I'm Nayma Silver-Matos. I am a product of this community. I come from the bottom and I will never forget it, because I carry it on me. I'm still carrying so many and so much. I'm never letting go, because esto está aquí. Okay? And all I want to do is help people understand what our collective power is, what our personal power is, and let's do some things that will make things better, but particularly for the people that are suffering the most. And when I'm saying that, I'm thinking about that topic, that hot topic, because people get it confused. But lo voy a dejar ahí.
But the reality is this, though. We're currently going through a very big transition in our neighborhood, and the people that you're looking out for are the very people that many in the establishment are trying to get rid of. And so, you know,
can I keep it real? I'm just gonna bring it to this, right? Because let's talk about it. So there was a video released on Dykeman Diary, right? It was like my campaign video, one of my campaign videos, and one of the topics that I was talking about was the opioid site OnPoint, right?
The harm reduction site.
Harm reduction site, right? A safe site. And to be very clear, I support that our brothers and sisters that are dealing with addiction and those kind of issues, that they receive the support services that they need. That's number one. So my people, and when I say my people, everyone in my district, keep calm.
Que no, coño.
Keep calm. Okay, that's step number one. However, to be very clear, what I do not support is for the placement of that site to be, I'm gonna say it, east of Broadway. I don't support it being there. You know why? Because the reality is that though these are safe sites that save lives, it comes at a price to the folks that live around there.
Absolutely.
Okay? It comes at a price of public safety. It comes at a price of psychological warfare. It comes at a price of, it's a high price to pay for a district and an area that is already dealing with the consequences of the war on drugs and the war on poverty, right? And so for me, it's about equity. Equity. Why do I say it's about equity? Because the opioid epidemic epicenter was Hudson Valley. The data shows, if you get the data from the OnPoint site, the data shows that the majority of the folks receiving the services, even from its initial moments, were from Orange County and New Jersey. And there's a certain stigma to this, right? So people don't want to be in their own districts seeking those services, so they go elsewhere. So what? So what happens? They put those sites where? Where the poor people live that are not organized, don't know how to advocate for themselves. Because I'm sorry, but it's not okay for our kids to be seeing needles, to be seeing that. Yeah. They're already seeing enough. There's already enough subliminal messaging. I don't think they need to see even more of that. You understand? And it's not just about seeing it. Again, it comes back to equity, because I wonder, I truly wonder, would folks feel the same? Can we move that site? Would we be moving that site to Cabrini? Would they be okay with that?
No.
Would it be okay if we move it to Overlook Terrace?
Absolutely not.
Is it okay if we move it to Hudson Heights?
Well, what
is it okay if we move it, right?
Well,
what location would be okay, though?
Well, what I'm proposing is that the location be moved to Orange County. That's what I'm proposing. Or it needs to move out of where it needs to be moved out of the area that folks are already super poor and dealing with all these issues, and then we have to carry that public health crisis on our back. I'm just not okay with that. Again, the folks that are dealing and suffering with addiction, which steals your life. It steals their life. Like it steals your light. You live just for that. You know, like I know that that's somebody's daughter. I know that's somebody's son. So I do have compassion in my heart for them. But then why are we putting that against or competing with also the needs and the well-being of our kids and our working class families?
It's all intentional.
Why are those things being pinned against each other, put against each other?
But why? And, you know, we do ask the question of why. We know the answer. The answer is it's human weaponization. Yeah. This community has the highest, if in all of New York, the highest rent stabilized apartments. You know, and so you have women, you have grandmothers, they're paying way below market value rent
and passing the apartments down.
Correct.
And passing the apartments down. Yeah. And so the way you get these people out is by making their situation worse, so they voluntarily leave.
Yes.
And so we keep asking these roundabout questions. You could why? The intentionality between human weaponization, the limited resources, because we're in within this 10-block radius. You know, you go avenues across. There's a very, very big difference quality of life.
Correct.
And the income brackets change as well.
Correct.
You know,
there's less trash on the streets.
There's less trash on the streets.
There's trash cans.
You go on New York Times, they're advertising.
There's less survival mode.
On New York Times, you see every week a new article of where to move, and they say Washington Heights, and they're the most affordable, and they put these happy white couples, families.
All these articles on families that live here,
and our people. And when I say our people, Black and Dominicans. They are quick to be like, nah, okay, I'm going to Pennsylvania. Now I'm going to move out of here.
Right.
And so we are voluntarily leaving our space because
Right.
we're not calling out the intentionality of what is happening in our, and so
I'm taking a strong stance on it. It's not easy, but you know what? I literally have been in the streets outside listening to people, and there are so many people that have said it. I've even heard, to be fair, I've even heard our white brothers and sisters, parents that are tired of seeing the needles in front of their kids' schools. And I understand that OnPoint picks up the needles, all you have to do is call, but that shouldn't even be a thing, because I'll tell you what, that wouldn't be acceptable in District 2. So why is it acceptable in District 6?
and this is the reality too, that OnPoint,
And that's the educational districts, for those that don't know. New York City District 2, very affluent. New York City District 6, where we are at, is us.
no, and you know, there's many topics that we can discuss. I think my position is of, rather than asking why, we're not just calling things out for what they are. And it is human weaponization, and they're trying to get rid of us by any means, because between, you know, the limited services, all this other stuff. But my thing is this, you know, we accept it. You know, we literally accept it. And you know, the same people that represent us,
We need, you know, this is going to sound it might sound very simple. One of the things that we do need is inspiration. This is one of the intangible things. I think people, especially working class, with all of the issues that we have said, there needs to be inspiration. People need to be inspired to believe again and to know what are their rights. What can I do? Because I'll tell you what, folks in Chinatown, they organized to make sure that they weren't putting. There was already a saturation of shelters. And folks down there, they organized. Boom, boom. Yeah. They said no. They didn't bring them in. The city couldn't put it in. The state couldn't put it in. You understand? So it's about really teaching the people, working class families that live here, how do we organize? How do we advocate for ourselves? That we are not okay with this. We are not okay with that. That's one of the things that I would like to do, right? So to be very clear, I would be a senator for all. I'm going to be... I think the beautiful thing is I have love for all of us. I have love for our white brothers and sisters, our black brothers and sisters, Native American, everybody. It's a true love because it goes with my paradigm. If I believe in God, not the God of whatever it is that, you know,
powers that be.
Yeah, I'm talking about that essence of love, that essence of understanding, that essence, where they say from the Christian perspective, the fruits of the spirit. Right? You have to, it's like Malcolm X said, you haven't believed, a person has not believed fully or has not believed truly if they don't wish for their brothers what they wish for themselves. But then there's another question there. What do we wish for ourselves? Because sometimes people don't even, for themselves, they don't even know how to wish positively. But that's a whole nother one. We can do that in another podcast.
Love doesn't make money.
I don't know, Ron, my love, if you're ready to share about your experience of working in this neighborhood to share with people in our neighborhood to better our neighborhood, and being a very active and a leader in that movement, and the obstacles that you came across, even just working with the local politicians here, like working so closely with them. It was very disheartening to see, and to see you experience that, and just seeing like the intention was there to do everything of bringing us together, of bettering our neighborhood, and the roadblocks were fucking massive.
There's you know, systemically, it's designed for even the bandwidths of representatives, and I was going to mention the bandwidth of even something like OnPoint. You know, these people operate from 9 to 5. I don't know too many people that operate. You know,
the users have different hours.
Yeah, you know, people have different hours, different schedules. But with our local representatives currently in office that I try to work with hand in hand, you know, they're always, the priorities are campaign funding, so making money to fund campaigns. And also, I'm not going to ask you directly, like, where does all the money go? Because then it's like, the people making money are just the media agencies and whoever's printing flyers. Porque coño. Yo no me explico. People are, so we're cool with raising $1 million to get people in office, but then cuando
I wish. I don't have that kind of.
Not yet.
not yet. Pero when it comes to getting like laptops in school or some whatever outdated shit, it's mission impossible. But my point being that even working with local politicians
And someone with the bandwidth.
And
You have the bandwidth.
Yo, I gave them not only the time, the energy, the awareness of how to put it. Yo,
You put your organizing skills and your gifts that you had into practice to help. Okay.
The priorities are always, we need to go campaigning. We got to go get funding. We got it's always within that 3-month bandwidth of they could trying to ask for results.
Okay.
Then people got to go on vacation. So the cycle was the beginning of the year. We're gonna spend it in City Hall, work on budget, and then the summer. We got a campaign, and then the fall. We got to focus on back to school, and then the holidays either Puede Nuevo, the same shit.
Just like when.
And so every time the cycle, it never breaks from that, because even as community leaders and representatives, they're also worried that somebody else is gonna come and take the job. Like you pull up and all of a sudden you take the person that's been in office for quite some time, you take their job. Now that dude isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't, because he's working on trying to campaign and shit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, at what point can people that have been in office for 10 years, what are the metrics that we can hold them to a result, some sort of tangibility? And because if you're, whatever the results are, let me backtrack, my bad, yo.
Dale.
How do you see yourself moving after this election season? You're still gonna keep going, but how do you see yourself making it a tangible impact, not change, and just an impact?
Yes. And first of all, I didn't know you had that experience, but okay, got it.
And you don't have to answer right now. We can circle back however you want, but.
No, I'm thinking about it. It's a lot. It's a lot because I've been through my fair share of heartbreak in this space. And it's not even the heart, it's the spirit.
Yes.
And I just don't want these to start coming down, because it's a lot, especially when you're doing things and you want to help. You really want to help, So what can I say to that?
The neighbor's music is not helping, by the way.
Lo
dejaron plantado. El tigre se deprimió. Que no lo quieren,
You don't understand. It's actually not helping because I love bachata. So my mind right now, I'm focusing on what you're telling me, but that bachata plays. I'm over here. No, but. Ask me the question again. What is it that you said? Okay, once this election is over, then what comes next?
What's the tangible impact you see yourself trying to create?
So what I have to say is this: I had been committed just from a place of my heart to just be of service and help and create programs, direct programs, grassroots programs that actually reach people directly. And it got to a point where I have to say I got tired after like 15 years of just continuously, because even my lifestyle, like I needed to understand that even having kids, I put on pause because I'm like, I know that when I do have a child, I'm going to be a very intentional mom and very hands-on and very,
se te fueron 18 años.
Entonces, just because I was really committed to this path. And then, many times I've tried to walk away and it's like, it does not let me. I keep getting called back into it. Even to do this, to run for Senate, I was going to step away from the path, and it's like, nope, you're not allowed to. It's like, I didn't choose this. It's like how Tupac says, no, I didn't choose this. This has chosen me. I'm not allowed to walk away from this. I'm not allowed to walk away from the community. I'm not allowed to walk away from us. I'm just not allowed to. Okay, that's just, I can't explain it right now. We'll have to have another conversation, right? Because I've tried. So with that said, so what happens after Election Day? What happens after Election Day is I'm going to propose something. I already said it, right? Community Service Club is one of the ways that I would like to contribute in a long term, in a way that's tangible. And it's going to take, I'm going to be reaching out to people like you, We're going to come together. We're going to establish what are not just the values, but it's like, look, what is it that you want to accomplish that's tangible? What is it that I want to accomplish that's tangible or even intangible? And let's organize around it. It's not going to be around an election cycle. It's not going to be around, no. It's just, let's actually do this. Let's do this. Whoever wants to join in, and let's go forth for as long as we can, for as long as we're able to.
Okay, look at that one, yeah.
It's like I need all the Avengers to come together. Avengers, let's come together and
you know
let's
what
go
it is?
forth. That's it.
It's the whole Captain Planet shit. That's what
Yes, yes.
That's what it is. Do get it. Earth.
I do. Yes. By our powers combined. That's what I honestly, I think that's really what it is.
And you gotta brand it like that.
Yeah.
And maybe that will inspire people.
We gotta
and
make our own
that
Captain
will
Planet.
convince people.
Did they make a movie off that? No, right?
No, they did G-Man.
Yo, they got a new comic book. My man
Something
got a
else,
beard and all that.
I want to be very purposeful about it. But something else is, all right. So I put a light under that conversation of the safe site. So what's next? We need to have town halls on it. We need to bring people out to share what their experiences are. What are the experiences of the educators, of the parents, and everything? Let's organize around that so that we can actually push. Para ver si podemos sacar eso, because it's not just me saying it. I need the community to show up and share how they feel. But I need the community that actually lives here to show up and share how they feel, because very easily folks will flood from outside, special interests will flood from outside because, they feel a certain way and they have certain experiences, understood. But there's people living it here, living it on the ground. So the things that I care about and that I'm passionate about, because the community has shown me that that's what they want, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on it with the support of others, because this is also something I do on a volunteer basis. Like, I'm not getting paid. You run me, at least in this race and in any race, I don't get paid for this. We don't get money from this. On a congressional level, you're allowed to give yourself a salary. On a state level, you're not allowed to get paid anything. So I'm volunteering my time doing this entire thing,
So to tackle the substance use in the neighborhoods and all that, how will you try to tackle it? And what about if they turn OnPoint into like an inpatient program that is not a safe place for people to use, but to actually people to get rehabilitated? Would you go for that?
That's another conversation. We will need to speak specifics.
Que no coordinate.
No, it's. Yeah, let's speak specifics, because it's just like rezoning and all of that. It's all about what's in the details and what's in writing and what are we negotiating and all of that.
Gotcha.
It's a lot.
But in terms of
your question was way more loaded.
No, because if I'm saying if it's a safe site for people to use, I'm just saying like.
But why does it have to be? Why does it have to be in Washington Heights? In the poor part, why does it have to be there?
Because they got to get rid of the poor.
Why does it have to be there?
No, I get where you're coming from, but what are we doing anyway for the substance
one of the
situation
things that
anyway?
Yeah, one of the things that we definitely need to do is we need to have. I don't know how people feel about this, but it's something that we need. We need to have more education around drug use and drug abuse and the consequences of it in our schools. So one of the things that we could do, since we're talking about, drugs, the MRTA, right? There's tax revenue that is supposed to be allocated to the communities that were most impacted by the war on drugs, right? And so that money can go towards funding educational programs in schools so that our kids can understand, okay, what is not just the impact of the drugs, what are these drugs, but what can be the real life consequences? Because you guys know Vico C, that song Quieren. You remember that?
Yeah.
Vico C.
Yeah.
I always say Vico C. I know it's Vico C.
Yeah.
That's my
Spanglish.
Spanglish.
The same person. Yeah.
Like Vico C.
It's Vico C. But he said Quieren. Do you remember that song?
It's been very long.
So
if you got a bar, drop the bar.
It's a reggaeton song where he's basically quieren que les hable de lo bueno que es el sexo y la droga y los placeres. So basically, they want me, the industry wants me to talk about how good and what are the pleasures of sex and drugs and things like that, but they don't want me to talk about the consequences that then lead to destruction. They only want me to focus on the glamour part. They don't want to talk about the destruction part. And so for our kids, they need to see a little bit more and understand a little bit more the destruction part. And I'm not talking about the show like Scared Straight. I'm not talking about that. It's like you can see it in the street, guys. Do you see that? Do you see what's happening? This is not to vilify that person that's going through that problem. It's that you need to start thinking differently. You don't want to end up there. You need to start thinking differently about your decisions and what are the consequences. Because what's happening right now is that our kids are flooded from every single area, from every single angle, whether it's technology or their subconscious programming at all levels, you know? And so it's going to take a coordinated effort from multiple levels of society to make them see, to help them understand that there's just a lot more beyond what the culture is being presented to them, right?
So what you're telling me is we need to bring back Rough McGruff.
Or just say no.
Just say no.
I mean, those
this is your
have
brain.
disappeared.
Yo, this is your brain on drugs. The dude with the fucking egg. Remember that shit?
Listen,
But all jokes aside, like those programs have disappeared completely.
Because
There's no PSAs anymore for any of that shit.
Because I work for an outpatient drug program in the heart of Chinatown, in the real heart of Chinatown, and that's what I was curious of. Like, we are outpatient and inpatient.
I think that we need different programs, right?
That's what I was going
because
at,
a lot of our kids are dealing with, some people don't want to admit. You know what it is? It's not necessarily an addiction to marijuana. It's more of like a dependency on it. And there's this thing that we're not talking about. We come from a long history of trauma. And so there's a lot of stuff there emotionally that our kids haven't even unpacked. They don't even know what unpacking emotions is. And then on top of that, you throw a substance that impacts the way that your mind perceives and thinks and all of that, right? So we need different types of programs here, you know? And what about more detox? Like, we need detox.
That's
like,
what I'm saying,
when they're trying to let it go. This is not just to continue it. Because then that becomes a whole nother sale. This is about sale of drugs. I'm talking about, what about detox? What about breaking chains for real?
That's what I was talking about, like switching up the whole safe using to like a detox or rehab that could probably be worked out, whatever. But it's hard because we still got obstacles. They still come, the kids still come outside. They see the hustlers on the block, the hustlers, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of obstacles. It's a lot of obstacles.
Yo, once you use the word unpacking trauma, people already don't want to hear that shit. Que no coño. I'm gonna fucking light up this blunt.
They gotta start bringing out the chacletas.
Yo, bro, bring out the chacletas. Needs to be the new
belt.
Let me tell you something. I truly hope I'll tell you this much. Whatever the results are, June 23rd, you're still gonna see me doing the work. I'm still going to continue doing the work, and I'm going to continue reaching out to folks, and hopefully the right people say yes, and we're able to collaborate. And it's not for politics; it's just to do the work. Look, I'm here because I hope that I can serve as an inspiration, not just to this generation, but future generations, and even the older folks, to know that not all the youth is lost. A lot of us have been working really hard for a very long time and giving the best of ourselves, to make things better. And it's not for the looks of it. There's no trophies, there's no awards, there's no nut. We're just doing it because this is what we believe is the right thing to do, And so I think it's just important to have someone that has Nayma is a collection of everyone that she has encountered, and I carry everyone's stories and experiences. So when I'm looking at policy, when I'm looking at proposals, when I'm looking at things, I'm not looking at it as Nayma. I'm looking at it as, okay, so how's that gonna help my friend that lives in the Dykeman houses? How's that gonna impact her? And how's that gonna impact the viejita that I saw over here on St. Nick? And how's that gonna impact, Javen over here in 5th grade? And how's that gonna impact this lady that's receiving? So, like, I look at it like that. Like, how's it really gonna impact people on a tangible level?
No, that's the Instagram.
Your passion is incredible.
No, the purpose is there. Your purpose is so clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo,
Absolutely.
Just because I know your team mentioned that they were going to leave at minute 45. It's
Gotta wrap it up.
We're now at an hour 10.
Se pasa rápido.
So I just
And
wanted...
these are amazing people here. Like, everyone here is a powerhouse on their own. Ghislaine, she's actually the founder of Latin Quarter, and she has a vision around that for our folks as well. You have Noquel, who is an immigration attorney, but he's just a brilliant mind. Oh, my Lord. Amazing. We have a young lady that's here who actually cares about giving back from New Paltz in undergrad. Okay, so
I have one question.
Yes.
I love your middle name, Silver.
Silver?
Is there a story behind them? Silver.
So actually, yes. So Silver is actually my own family last name, and then Matos is my husband's last name, and Silver is actually Sephardic Jewish. So Jews that went to the Dominican Republic. And you know, a couple generations later, then became Catholic, Christian. You know.
Oh wow.
And so that's where it comes from. That's where Silver comes from. De la República Dominicana, but by way of. No, and I have to say it because here's the funny thing, and then let me say it because people won't know, right? Like, you see me, and then it's like, so I have my dad's skin color, right? But then my mom is. If you would call it black in Spanish, right? Because ella morenita, right? And then on her side, it's everybody is dark. On my dad's side, everybody is white, is light skin, you know? So that's a whole nother conversation.
I've seen our family.
But I embrace all of me, and I'm very proud of my heritage. Very proud of my heritage, African heritage, Latino heritage, Jewish heritage. I'm proud of it all.
Yeah. It's been a beautiful conversation. My brother Dre Drizzle, last call for words.
Amazing conversation. Thank you so much. I see the passion in you. Just the way you carry yourself and the way you speak about what you want to do for the communities and everything else is amazing. And I hope that you get it. And I hope that you could bring all that energy back to the communities because we definitely need it. And good luck with everything. And hope everything turns out right.
Lovely, honorable.
Your purpose is dazzlingly clear. I think I said that right. But I really hope that people can encounter that and really see that and understand that you have voiced that this is your purpose in life and you've tried to deviate from it, but it brings you back. Like you are on your path, and I celebrate that, and I'm excited to see everything that you're going to do. Your road is long, but I think it will be very fruitful, and yeah. Big supporter.
Thank you.
Nayma, it's been dope.
Yes.
I was a little worried when you walked in. It's like she's gonna go self.
It's a vibe.
I told you I was straightforward.
Down to business right away.
I was like, so can we record yet?
What can I say?
This has been beautiful.
I would say this. I would just say to whoever's listening that let's take better care of ourselves. And I say that because I've been on the campaign trail, guys, and I still get my dad calling me like, Nayma, you need to eat. Make sure you eat today. Remember to eat, right? So even myself, I'm going to say that as a reminder to myself because for the past couple of days, I've actually been eating full meals. And so my body's like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to say, let's take care of ourselves because there's a lot going on. I know that most of us are carrying so many things, so many different issues, so many situations. So just take the moment to make sure you eat well, make sure you take some time to rest well, take some time. You know what? Here are my last words: gratitude. Because gratitude can transform your whole vibe. It can transform your mind. This is what I do. So when I find myself getting flustered or, there's a lot frustrated, I have to remind myself to take a minute and start giving thanks for things. Because as things are happening, it's easy for us to take things for granted. So it's almost like, Nayma, what can you give thanks for? Okay, el agua caliente. Okay, there's food. Okay, I have a roof over my head. Okay, I have people that love me. Okay, I'm fully able-bodied. Okay, I have food that I can eat. All right, wonderful. This happened with this person and this has come up and this and this. You know what, God, thank you. You know, give your gratitude however you want to whoever you want, but just giving thanks, it helps you focus on the positive and a little less on the negative, and then solutions might even pop up. So I'll just say that, like, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, take some time to give thanks for what you do have.
People underestimate that. It's true. It's true. You gotta sometimes remind yourself that, it's not that bad.
Que no, coño.
It's not that bad.
Que no, coño.
Que ya.
Tiene que ver más. Esto no puede ser todo, coño.
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, man.
Good luck.
Esta vaina se está yendo al diablo.
Ron, no, you're saying that. Now you're reminding me. Listen, there's so many of our people that work so hard.
Yeah.
I know so many people, carpenters, handymen, supers, that work so hard, Ron. And they only get paid like, what, $300 a week, working over 50 hours a week. And that's what they're earning, and that's how they pay rent, that's how they pay for food, that's how they take care of their kids and their families. And they work so hard, tan explotado. Es una explotación de la gente. And so for me, that's where it comes from. It's like, yo, you can't offer me anything to deviate from looking out for the best interest of the working class, because I know too many people that are living. It's no.
There's a lot of hurt people.
No.
Instagram rule number 2.
A lot of struggle.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
I know.
Yo, this is the thing, like, because, and I mentioned earlier, like, yo, the bandwidth and the people done, right? Like, they're tired.
People are hurt out here.
Exploit.
What I wanted my slogan to be was "Ya está bueno."
Ya está bueno.
But I was
That's
telling
a
her,
good
you
one.
can't use that.
That's good.
No, pero come on.
I was advised, like, no, you can't use that.
I'm gonna
Ya
X
está
this out y
bueno.
vamos a ponerle
Ya
ya
está
está
bueno.
bueno.
That's a great slogan.
And how do you say it in English?
That's what exactly what I
Enough.
was about to ask.
Enough.
Enough is enough.
It's enough is enough. That's all.
Yeah, people
What are
would
we
listen
doing?
to that.
Why
That'll
do we
be
go
my
with
next
this de que
slogan.
vamos a
I don't
mejorar
know.
la cosa? Nah.
Ya está bueno.
Ya está bueno.
Ya está bueno, papá.
It cuts. That's what it does. It cuts.
Yeah. Nah, forget this.
But you know, this inspires. I hope this inspires. Vamos a mejorar la cosa. I'm
Ya
trying to
está
offer hope.
bueno. Ya está bueno, está mejor.
I gotta lie, you should make some shirts off that.
Just put Nayma. Just put Nayma.
It's just words nobody cares.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Yo, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we've crossed paths before, and obviously we've never had this much of an in-depth conversation. So thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. But most importantly, thank you very much for sharing your experience, your outlook. It's everything is just a lot. And I know the challenges you're facing are not easy ones. You're, politics aside, pero es que, the fact that we're brown in America in itself is already a challenge. Oh, being a woman, that carries its own weight. And it's so the fact that you continue to do more and you do want to make things better and let's make things better and all that good stuff. But in full transparency, like this conversation just really highlighted how much do you just care to build and preserve what we're trying to build out here, and we're trying to grow, but trying to grow when we're fighting against so many things that are not only trying to undercut us, kill us, get rid of us, and lock us up. It's the reality too that you reminded me that we're not highlighting enough, or we don't even among the noise, we're not highlighting enough of the people that are out here doing the work. So thank you so much for allowing the space, giving the grace, and thank you. So, but go ahead. You wanted to say something. So
Ron, can this be just like I don't know if we're done recording, but can this be just like a bonus, what I'm about to share with you right
Whatever
now?
you want. It's your episode.
I just realized I have a song.
Oh, yeah.
We want to hear
It's
it.
on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Wait, are you sing?
Then you have a whole other...
And it connects to this.
You have
Wait,
an
you sing
artistry.
Well, I really am an artist at heart, and you have to hear the song. Can you hear it? Can you play it? Because it connects to the conversation.
I can't. I'm going to play it on the sound system.
Okay.
So we'll wrap up the episode, and
Yes.
I'll just I'll record that
part.
we're
Okay,
playing. So
Hold
perfect.
on, but are you singing the song?
Yeah, it's my
really?
song. I wrote it. Yes.
Oh, shit.
That's amazing.
I want you to
You're
hear
full
it.
of surprise.
No, I want you to hear it because I just remembered as you were talking. I'm like, wait, I have a song, and it connects to everything we have
Oh, wow.
spoken
We got to
about.
put it on.
Wait, how long you been singing?
Nigga said, yo, this is a whole nother
Yeah, this is
episode.
a whole nother episode. You gotta come back. You gotta come back. Hold on.
Do you perform
Oh wait,
live?
and my husband. Well, si él lo quiere decir, but he's
También.
also an artist too.
Okay,
No,
what
no,
kind
no,
of
I
art?
both gotta come back next time.
He's a lawyer and an artist. So
What
No,
kind
man,
of art do you
tell me
do?
I got a bachata.
Bachata?
actually,
Rap.
Rap. Okay.
I was
Wait,
hoping-
you rap? Oh no, y'all coming back. Yeah. After
an
the run,
attorney
y'all
now.
coming back. No. After the voting polls close, y'all have to come back.
Yeah, Dre Drizzle.
Nice.
Lovely honorable boy there.
Thank you so
Nayma,
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
It was
for
a
rocking.
pleasure.
This has been an absolute blast. And right now we're gonna just listen to your tunes.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Oh yeah, and go out and vote. Oh shit about voting.
Congratulations, that was awesome.